Hi guys, today is the 7th of August and it's going to be my pre-market analysis. It's currently 9:10. I'm pretty bold for today. Again, I'm always adaptive on what the market shows me depending on the market open. But we can see here that we had this hourly retrace and respected that hourly for value gap. But there's not like noticeable hourly S&Ps out of that. Just still anything higher time from bearish S&P, but looking like the current price is pretty bullish. So I'll just ride with this trend overall. Depends on what happens. Market open. I hope you manipulate lower so we can just target flooded highs until I release that 4 hour gap. This is actually a 4 hour gap. Waiting for a 15-minute inverse at the moment, but it seems like we're gonna have that 15-minute inverse, maybe a 15-minute change in state, which is gonna give us more conviction that the price will go higher. SP500 right now is actually in with this gap where Nasdaq didn't. So low-key lagging right now on longs as for SP500. But look right now in the 1 minute time frame, we have so much lower of liquidity right here. That's why I marked out that sell side liquidity is we can definitely take this out. We manipulate higher internal highs right here. Currently we're holding a bearish S&P. We might manipulate lower that S&P out of those 830 highs. We have internal S&P. Oh, I think this is a worthy guys. 910 never taken out. Even an internal S&P. I would take this shorts, no doubt. No doubt. So I'm just gonna forward test this. I'll wait before market opens, but seems like we're gonna manipulate lower right now. Just before market opens. Wasn't able to take a trade, but this was a perfect trade if ever I was having my phone. But we had SMT out, internal SMT and SMT out of this price. Trade all of this lower liquidity. Let's do that for market open. Even internal SMT, you can see this high was never taken out. 910 high, SMT here, and that this will retrace. Wasn't able to take the trade, guys. As unfortunate, but it's fine, guys. I'll be trading market open, but yeah, that's gonna be my overall drop per day. I want us to manipulate lower in order to go higher, take this London highs. Definitely do have room to the downside, but if we can see here, the 15-minute, we are respecting bullish feeder rates while disrespecting bearish feeder rates. We're failing to inverse that gap once again, and that was an S&P. I think shorts are looking better now. We're holding right now a higher time for bearish S&P and S&P out of this price, and we cannot quite reject. I mean, like inverse this 15-minute gap, and that's my thing. Like, oh, I think we're gonna have a change of state on 15 minutes, but it's not looking like that and rejecting. This short are actually looking much better. Like it's just looking perfect. Change of state in just one candle. Inverse Revalga right now is actually holding a BR. So I'm just gonna forward test this. And I'm never gonna chase the price even though it's looking that great. External and internal S&P retrace on higher time frame feeder rate. Because we are rejecting right now that 15-minute for value gap and there's just so much width can't quite take it out. See a reaction here. Right now this is a BPR, but it's gonna be my entry if ever. I mean my plans if ever I'll leave this. This is the consequent enroachment of this. Yeah, guys, for me, I do like this look for of internal S&P of BPR and it's a higher time frame bearish S&P. On a reach on a 15-minute bearish for value gap and a bearish breaker block as well over here. Bro, I had my limit order on and I got stopped out. I put my stop. Yeah, I went for a limit order. My stops are above those highs. You can see there's no way. Alright guys, honestly I'm upset with that spread. I got exit right there and there's no way. I'm just gonna screenshot this and put this on the side of the screen. Yeah, let's see if this plays out or not. If I don't really get stopped out, then this plays out makes me upset. My stops are way above those highs until now, even though the trading view. Yet I got stopped out where my stop is above this highs. My position was like this. Hi guys, if I were on this trade right now, I would have already be putting my stop to break even and taking partials pretty soon. Yeah, I took a partial already. I never got stopped out, guys. I never got stopped out. It's just spread issues. Right now we took that low. So right now we're having a bullish S&P. So I think we're gonna be bullish for today. Knowing that we took all of these looks already, while Nasdaq didn't. I already had a partial if I was in this trade. And it's just really spread issues. It's not like wrong stop displacement or whatever. That's just fortunate. It's actually already a 2R. Anyway, it's already all holding a bearish S&P. Let's see if we could continue to hold that bearish S&P or not. Do that. Not going in here like a FOMO type of thing. It's normal for market open to do that. I do believe it's gonna go higher, but I need to have an internal S&P. Yeah, we already have this external S&P put in place. Didn't really have an S&P. Once I have an internal S&P to just have that conviction that actual swing low is protected before I take off. Some people they probably would get here in here because it was valid. Change of state, inverse for valid gap. inverse this gap as well. If you're entering here, and probably like after this close, you put your stop. Probably like below this inverse gap. Currently holding a bearish S&P out of its internal highs, but there's no internal S&P. There's an external S&P out of this internal high, but no internal. So if you probably took this trade, you already took partials at internal high and put your stops to break even. You can have an S&P for those London highs. It's right now like the hourly. Like I said earlier, respect at the hourly for valid gap. No S&P though. Right now, the hourly, we do have an hourly S&P, but lows, yeah, hourly pairs, but we want internal S&Ps to be here. London lows are way down there. We both have bearish and a bullish S&P everywhere, but I'm leaning still towards long. Because there's bullish S&P out of this, and those London highs are just so near. You know, why not take that out before going lower? I'm just waiting for a nice S&P. Yeah, there's just no chance for me to get an entry there. Maybe if I entered up this, maybe I will, but I will get stopped at a break even long time ago. Now we took that long to the high. There's no entry here. That's worth for the entry earlier. Could have been up a percent on the day. I got stopped out. I don't know how that happened. Right now we're now holding a higher time for bear session. Earlier there was already a higher time for bear S&P out of these highs. We had an S&P out of these London highs. We'll see. But my draws are just these London highs. Maybe this 4 hour for valid. You can go down to equilibrium. That would be nice. Seems like I'll be taking this short, guys. If we get this inverse, if there was an S&P out of this high, we can see 940 was never taken out, and we have this external S&P out of this high. Oh my gosh, it's so low. So low, guys. I canceled the shorts. I went for a limit order. So it was perfect, like, inverse the first percent for valid gap. That RR is not looking good, right? I mean, might be a quick win, but that RR isn't the best. I have my limit order here and stop above those S&P highs. See if this trade plays out. Take profit just in the sell side liquidity. The RR is just not it. It's gonna be a nice 30 points win if ever. I have an under 1 RR entry if I do that. Unless I'll be aiming at all of this lower resistance liquidity. Maybe that can compensate. But let's see. We might retrace here. Oh, but we already have an S&P. Yeah, that took my take profit, you guys. I'm gonna cancel that limit order. I already took that take profit of mine because I'm only taking profit this rejection block. I mean, I could take that. This RR is mad. Let's see if we can have a continuation entry here. There are hourly gaps lower. Let's see if we can just have a nice retrace. Then we'll go find supports to go lower. Look at there's SMT out of this high. Alright guys, there's so much SMTs everywhere. There's a bullish SMT. We're currently having a bullish S&P. I want to take this long. There's was bullish S&P out of this low here. I want to take long. There's also a 2 minute for valid gap here. Okay, we have an S&P out of those. This was an S&P. Let's see if we can draw lower, making this sell side liquidity still up. London highs were already taken. Like, what's my reason to go long? London highs were already taken with an S&P, but we also have an S&P out of this low that I want to take out as well, which means that they already filled this gap and NASDAQ didn't. The market is manipulating so much, but we're holding an S&P out of this. Let's see if we can have a confirmation here. Alright guys, honestly, same as before, I'm lacking clarity right now. The chart, like, I mean, my draws are already taken out. Share the London highs, but this shorts are still also looking good because we're chasing under this BPR, but we are also having a little bit of bullish S&P action as well. But I'm leaning towards shorts because London highs are already taken, so why take long, right? Wherever I will take short, it's gonna be internal low. Looking pretty choppy. Like, just look at the 5 minute. Like, what is this? I'm leaning towards just not trading at all. Just watch the price action, just gain experience with this. What is that 5 minute chart looks like? I mean, 1 minute, they're just S&Ps holding everywhere, but right now I'm leaning bearish because my draw was already taken with an SMT. Higher time frame bearish SMT, higher time frame bearish external SMT, and internal SMT out of this rise. And we're having right now internal SMTs that are holding. Took this long here, probably already. I take profits. I'm gonna get big profit because for me, I would probably personally just aim for this. That's an S&P high. Currently, the S&P is way up here. We're gonna have a reversal here, but if longs are valid, as I've said, like, oh, longs looks good, but I'm leaning towards looking for long. 3 minute for valid that was injured. Maybe that was a reason to go longs. I don't really know. I'm leaning towards just not trading anymore for the day. My draw was taken. If I'll take anything right now, it will be shorts, not long. But at the same time, we're already holding 500 was S&P out of this low. This was decent longs if I took this. Again, if I took this. I said earlier, I was like, okay, the longs look good, but I was looking for shorts already because it seems like it wants to go lower. But we already had a bullish S&P, but I was waiting for internal S&P, and there was actually an internal S&P, which is this low here. I just saw that. I lacked sharpness on this one. Could have been a nice trade here. Could have been 2 wins in the day. Guess I had to win a limit order here. And I'm taking profit like a nice enrollment of this way. Nice take profit there to our then pretty much to our flow on this trade. But that bear for S&P is still holding. I think swords are still in the bag. S&P is over here. S&P is right in this high. So we had an S&P. Could have been great longs because I was bullish on the day. But I was too locked in on the lower time frame. I was too zoomed in. I failed this long here, and that 4 hour gap is gonna be filled. So I think it's gonna be all for day, guys. Draws are taken out. I don't have reason to trade. It's gonna be all for days, guys. I hope you found this video beneficial, valuable. 2 wins there. This one's actually a win. I'm gonna take it as a win. This was spread issue. I might loss on my broker, but it was a win on my book. There's nowhere near I should be taken out of that. There's literally 2 points away before I get stopped out there. Okay, the 10 a.m. candles open up with an SMT. Like it's just like a straight chop. I might take this if this creates a BPR, but if it doesn't, I won't. But yeah, I just better off out of the chart. One loss there, but a win in my book. That was a clean short. Then this one, I was just like too zoomed in. If I was following the 15 minute, it was gonna be a lot clearer. But that's why I was looking for shorts because my draw was already taken out with an S&P and it's just small volume to the downside. But overall, I think this is gonna be overall bullish for the day, and it's gonna probably fill this 4 hour gap. There's no reason not to. Yeah, mainly what I could have done better here was look at the higher time frame because I was too logged in on the lower time frame, was too zoomed in. When this actual candle closed, I was like, oh, that was the longs I was looking for. But I was looking for internal S&Ps and I thought there wasn't, but there was actually here. While, because for me, internal S&Ps are nice, but I need an internal S&P as well. It gives me more conviction with my entry. Oh, there was an S&P here. Anyways, it's gonna be all per day, guys. It was a decent day, but it was a pretty tough day. At least for me, I find that draw on liquidity to be obvious. It was obvious for me when I had an S&P out of this over here, but there's no entries. At least on my model, there's no valid entries. This could be a valid entry, but I was waiting for internal S&P because this lacked internal S&P. Yeah, I could have did that. Not a clean setup. It's on my book. Shorts, I actually called it out. I want to go short here because there was an S&P, like both external and internal S&P, but the stops are just so big. I never put my stop, like let's say on the inverse value gap. I mean, if you do this type of trades, you're definitely gonna be enjoying it. It's fine. That type of trade is right, but I don't do my stop there. I'm never stingy with my stop loss. I just never want to be. Because, like, let's say this is an inverse or value gap, which is the first percentage value gap on this leg. If I went and entered, put my stops just there, I'll be stopped out, right? I'll put my stops always on the protected highs or lows. Anyways, nonetheless, that's gonna be all for day. Stay sharp, stay disciplined. Peace out.